Thokozan, welcome to another great and exciting episode of Izasendumbeni. And of course, I'm your host, Moyo. Today, we're talking about Masela badimo, Amahiya, Amabai, Ancestral class. You don't want to miss this. There's something I'd like to call an ancestral image. By ancestral image, I mean badimo have a presence, have got specific characters and specific traits rather. Badimo bao have also their own way of how they'd like to present themselves or how to look. How to look being on your body. Badimo bao tsamayang le bona very much a driving force of everything that makes up your uniqueness, your talents in a nutshell. An ancestral image is very specific and very unique to you and badimo bao. The more you're able to follow that, the easier the path will be. You'll start being able to identify things a lot easier and a lot quicker if you're mindful. Masela badimo also speak to a time and period that you are going through. For instance, if watwasa, if usandan olile twasa, then wahola watwasa, utlisiwa khai, ubakobela. A lot of ceremonies are very specific to a certain kind of dress code. There are two specific ways that you can find out about Lerumo badimo, is via a dream or if you get handed one. Dreams are very specific, and the things we see in them, they teach us so much about what we need to know. A lot of instructions can be found in dreams. Ones that can guide you, can show you what kind of a gift you have, how many ancestors you have, who are they, what do they need. You can start having conversations with them. Dreams are very specific and so very important that you might go through an entire tossing experience without needing a lot of guidance from other people, but solely from your ancestors, depending on what kind they are. Masela badimo can be found in any fabric store. I find that now a lot. If you're looking for material, you betcha there's a section somewhere in that shop that's got ancestral cloths. Some even hang in the window. If you see one, there's more inside, and you can walk in after having a specific dream of an njedi or a sambe. They could tell you to dream about just about anything, and you go into the store and you go buy one, and while you're there, you see another one that you like. You find yourself drawn to it. Please buy it. Please take it. The importance about our dreams is that it covers so much of what cannot be said but only seen. However you see yourself dressed as in dreams is very much an indication of how your ancestral image is. The leopard, ingwe. Kia dikgoshi, kings, and sedimo sebaring leketla. Ingwe printed cloth can be used in either for prophecy and for ngoma related gifts. There are cloths for birds, chickens, guinea fowls, Masela ana a representa badimo ba phakisetsang go araba he le tshwasa le bua le lona le go tlisa ditaba le go ruta badimo ba teng a ba tsamaye le gole. Nguni cloths are represented by animals, by spears and shields. They also come in 3 very specific colors, which is red, black, and white. These cloths are known to have very specific reasons. The black being especially for abokobela. These are sangomas that have completed the uktwasa process and they graduate to a level where they start having amatwasa, other initiates, who are trained by themselves. This is an emphasis and a differentiator between a regular sangoma and someone who is now at a level of being able to teach another. These cloths are black. These cloths are black, known for power and respect, maturity, and only worn by abokobela. The white is associated with innocence, a new beginning, light, and authority. The red is largely used by amatwasa. When utwasa, you start off with the basic colors of white, red, and black. In most instances, you only use plain cloths with no prints on them. Though it gets to a time when a twasa can start wearing print. In most cases, they wrap a red cloth around their waist, a white vest, and a red cloth over their shoulders diagonally across their bodies, or they cover their shoulders. Badimo ba rona a ba tshwane. Go na le mandao, re na le bomkhulu, bo your dad's dad or your mom's mom. Bontatemkhulu bao le bona ba na le diaparo tsa bona, ba apara disambe. Ho twasa o thola lebitso la hao la badimo. Lebitso leo is going to speak largely on who you are. Go tswela kae, neo ya hao e byang, tshwanetse le wena o aparele byang. Akere. So lebitso la hao le tlo tsebisa where your background is, your history, and how your people were. Khotsa impande. A re tlhaga ko di familing tse one, so a re practice ka tshwana, and both families need to be represented equally. Now how badimo could be from your maternal and your paternal side, so you have to be accountable on both sides. Mo gongwe re tsamaya ka difane, where our totems play a very big role in choosing and deciding what kind of print or animal represents you, idlozi lakho, umsebenzi wakho, nobukhosi bakho. Masela mangata ho thola mo ditorong. It makes it a lot easier for you to learn. Don't hesitate. Whatever it is that you dream, make sure you make it materialize. From dust coat to seaparo sa badimo sa go kerekeng, to masela badimo, to your hair changing, whatever it is, apara diaparo tsa hao sa mmereko wa hao. Go badimo ba hao ba tlo kgona ho thaba ba phele mo mmeleng wa hao, ba tlo kgona ho nnisega. He bona ba phela le bona ba tsoga, ba tshola go le bona ba mo diaparong tsa bona, ba mo mmerekong wa bona, ba phetha sele bola ba batlang go se phethege mo phelong ba hao, ba khotsofala, ba thaba. ba kgona ho lokolla. There's a lot of healing in everything that we do, and for as long as we listen and we follow suit, we'll find the healing. If we keep going the opposite direction of where we really should be going, our journeys will become longer, harder, unnecessarily. Again, no one decides and goes and picks out ubungoma as a path or a career or a lifetime. Count yourself fortunate. Be proud in who you are. Masela badimo it's like a gardener and his flowers and his trees and the animals. He's able to keep home there, to provide a home for them there. It shows off who you are and what kind of person you are. So you need to be proud. You need to walk boldly and tall. You won't be very proud unless you feel a sense of belonging and a sense of longing and a sense of you are part of the creation of you. You watched all these movies unfold in your mind, where you're being instructed every day to do a certain thing at a specific time, in a specific way. All you did was follow suit. It paid off. It's going to pay off. It always pays off. Open up your heart, open up your mind. Rumeja. #Tumamina. This is when it applies. You dream it, you do it. Such as beadwork. There are very specific beadwork and prints for each ancestor that you have. Also, going back to image, how they would like to represent themselves. They just tell you in weird ways. You might have your wrists sore, that they lock, your joints lock, your ankles as well. That's another way of them requesting their pieces to sit on your body. So find someone who can be able to make these beadwork for you. Wear them, use them, make them a part of your life, because they'll bring a lot of healing and relief for you. Mandao a tshwane, go na le mandao wa dintwa o berekisang tshipi, like Lerumo le na leng tshipi, instead of a cloth. So each ancestor is going to show you a certain thing. In the beginning, you may not know who it's for or how to use it. But as time goes, that ancestor will get closer, more vocal, and direct you. I dreamt of a dress. Colors and everything. I saw myself in it. Or I had a very deep inclination that I'm supposed to have it. Either way, I got it made. Tamalis Pigasayona, as well as Moyo. So each item has its own person, its own ancestor, its own history, its own background, its own image, its own use, its own gift. Allow yourself to create the spaces that you're supposed to have around you. You don't have to for you to start acquiring all these items. You can start today with what you have. If you jot down your dreams, you'll be able to have all these items listed anyway. Hence the importance of getting a dream journal. Write the detail. Reenact. you'll find yourself with half of the things that you need for intwaso yako when the time comes, because you had a listening ear. The items that you are also shown will be very suggestive of a kind of talent or calling you have. Or tlhatlhoba byang, or fodisa batho byang, what will be your gift, how will you impact the world. It'll be very suggestive of all those answers. So with this video, I hope it's going to help in being able to identify which areas you fall under. And there's no way ukaba lemondao how was twas. I am yet to see a situation where that is different. Then there are cloths that represent prophecy, Moyo, isithunywa, and yeah, the likes. These are largely represented by church uniform, your greens, reds, yellows, blues, and whites. And reds. They cover the large base of color schemes that exist for prophecy and Moyo. I have two very specific cloths that represent me and my calling. Firstly, my spirit animal is a frog. Frogs are very much linked to my paternal ancestors. Whenever ceremonies happen, I always have visitors in the form of frogs that come into my space, which validates their ceremony or their communication on anything that has just happened. So that's the first. The second one is a pangela, a khaka, guinea fowl. Those are also one of my absolute favorites because I am always surrounded by guinea fowls in my space. We don't have any in our home, but they always stay. Every day, in the morning they'll arrive, they'll leave in the evening. So that's something that also happened very specific to my maternal ancestors and how they like to represent themselves. So those are my two fact finds. And my favorite cloth outside of them having a specific significance to my ancestors is Injeti and the royalty of Ingwe. And the royalty that is Ingwe. So those are my favorite cloths. Those are the ones that I absolutely feel I can express myself in and always get the answers I need. They bring a lot of stillness and calmness into my life to a point where I buy a lot of things that represent Ndumbeni, even in my personal life, in my own space. Ingubo zam of a leopard print. You know, it's almost like I don't separate myself from my work, or I don't call this work, I call it impilo yam, it's my life. And I live through the items that I use. I live through the communications and the connections I make. I live through the small changes that you are able to add to people's lives and those that inspire them to understand themselves even better. Ubungoma is something that's very fascinating, and something as simple as a cloth can unravel so much about you. I know there are children who, when they are born with such a woke ancestor that exileni kwakhe idlozi liyaziveza, to a point that the child would not sleep unless they're wrapped in specific cloths, a white and a red one, because umnikazi uyazifuna. And the child, from that day on, you already know it's different. It's different. So go be you. Express your ancestral image as best as you can. Don't copy and paste. Like, it's very different mabuya empandeni, but until you actually go to one, you are still not conditioned to a certain way of thinking. Allow it was lako to express itself. Mosempandeni, there's also classes that are very specific to that group of people and from that clan. You still have your own individual duty towards your work. So remember to express yourselves fully. Be honest with yourselves. Communicate everything that you see. Jot down everything. Be able to reenact as much as you can of the things that you dream and feel and hear and envision, however it's shown to you. Follow the instructions. And that was today's session of Izasandumbeni. Thank you for tuning in, and on a notice tip, I am going to start releasing the videos fortnightly. I can't keep up with the Ndumba Chronicles. So to be more efficient at all the areas of my life, I'm going to release the videos fortnightly. So every second week, no longer every week. So I can be able to put a lot more research, and as well as give you guys more time to see me and consult, and for me to be able to assist you in all ways I can possibly help you. And thank you so much for being kind and allowing me to share my insight with you. I hope it helped. I hope you have a better understanding and a different appreciation of the things that you may have been taking for granted. If you lost a cloth, replace it. It's important. I wish you well. Thokozani.